In the previous lesson, we focused on section 2 and read about opportunity costs. It was one explanation for why we feel less happy with our choice when we have more options. In this lesson, we will look at one more explanation and see how this can also add to our understanding. We will skip section 3. We will not do it. Instead, we will go straight to section 4, which starts with paragraph 19 with this section heading, Adaptation Dulls Joy. Let's look at it. Now, what does it mean? Adaptation means הסתגלות. Dulls mean להקהות בקוף, לעשות פחות חזק, פחות מורגש. And joy means שמחה. So we can say in Hebrew that the title means הסתגלות מקהה את השמחה. לא כל כך ברור למה הכוונה, וזה בסדר בשלב הזה. מה שברור זה שההסתגלות לא עושה דברים טובים לשמחה שלנו. This means we will be talking about adaptation and see what it does to our joy. Let's go to paragraph 19. Just like in the previous lesson, we saw a term, we read its definition to understand what it means, we read an example which illustrated it, and a study which showed some evidence. In this lesson, we will see the same, but let's do this one step at a time. So, question. Find the term adaptation in the text, mark the definition, read the example. We will start with this. Read paragraph 19. Use your dictionary when you need it. Press pause and come back when you're ready. You're back! Great! Let's go over this. We will start with the term adaptation. Adaptation, here it is. It appears in the first sentence. Let's mark it. Next, we need to find the definition. This was easier than in the previous lesson, remember? Here the definition is right after the term. It's the second sentence of the paragraph. Simply put, we get used to things. And as a result, very little in life turns out to be quite as good as we expect it to be. Now let's read the example. It's right here in the third sentence. After much anguish, you might decide to buy a Lexus. Now, what do we know about a Lexus? We know it's an expensive car. So you probably spent a lot of time thinking about it and a lot of money to buy it. And then you put all the attractions of other models out of your mind. Why do that? Well, you probably don't want to feel you could have gotten something better. But once you are driving your new car, adaptation begins. And the experience falls just a little bit flat. So you get used to the car. The excitement doesn't last, it doesn't stay. You are hit with a double whammy, מכה כפולה. Regret about what you did not choose and disappointment with what you did, even if your final decision was not so bad. So, this can explain why adaptation makes us feel bad. What about the study? We want to see some evidence. So, question. Mark the study that supports the writer's idea of adaptation. For this, read paragraph 20. This will be easy, so you can do it quickly. Press pause and come back when you're ready. You're back. Let's see the text. We're zooming in on paragraph 20. In the second sentence of the paragraph, we see two university professors Daniel T. Gilbert of Harvard University and Timothy D. Wilson of the University of Virginia and their collaborators. So, this must be a study. Okay, they have shown that, let's see what they showed us. People consistently mispredict, they do not predict correctly, how long good experiences will make them feel good and how long bad experiences will make them feel bad. What do you think? Do you stay longer with a good experience or the bad one? The waning of pleasure or enjoyment over time always seems to come as an unpleasant surprise. ההיחלשות של ההנאה שלנו עם הזמן בא לנו קצת בהפתעה. So we do not expect this. One more question before we end. We know that adaptation explains why we feel less happy after choosing something. But how can we connect this to having many options? In other words, how can adaptation help explain why we feel less happy when we have more options? Some of you may have some guesses. Let's read a bit into paragraph 21 to see this. The first sentence reads like this, and it may cause more disappointment in a world of many options than in a world of few. Few, מעטים. Let's understand this sentence. The word it refers to adaptation that we spoke about earlier. זה עלול לגרום יותר אכזבה. In a world of many options, בעולם של הרבה אפשרויות, than in a world of few, מאשר בעולם של מעט. מעט מה? מעט אפשרויות, כמובן. Now, why would adaptation cause more disappointment when you have more options? That is the question. Read the rest of paragraph 21. It's a difficult explanation. This is why you need to choose easy, simple, clear sentences. And there are, so look for them. Do not take too long on this. The answer itself is simple. Press pause and come back when you're ready. You're back. Let's see which sentences can help us in paragraph 21. Let's look at the third sentence in paragraph 21. This is something easy to understand. The more we invest in a decision, the more satisfaction we expect to realize from our investment. ככל שאנחנו משקיעים יותר בהחלטה, כך אנו מצפים ליותר סיפוק. זה משפט פשוט. ואיך כל זה קשור לאפשרויות מרובות? ובכן, ככל שיש יותר אפשרויות, כך נשקיע יותר בבחירה. אנחנו נשווה, נבדוק כל מיני חלופות. There are other simple sentences. You choose your own. At the end of the paragraph, there's a nice example. Let's have a look at it. Spending 4 months deciding what stereo to buy is not so bad if you really enjoyed that stereo for 15 years. But if you end up being excited by it for 6 months and then adapting, you may feel like a fool for having put in all that effort. So, we are ending our lesson. This was interesting. What did we learn? We learned about adaptation. It's what happens after we make our choice. We get used to that choice, and then we don't feel so happy anymore. We also learned that the more time you spend on choosing, like when you have many options, the more disappointed you will feel. How did we learn this? We learned this by reading section 4, by understanding the term adaptation, its definition, and we also read a study about it. In the next lesson, we will see what happens when we're busy with choices all the time and how this might affect us. So see you there.